What's up, you filthy animals? We are back today with a video in a different location. Why, you may ask? We need to have a chat about Winx. You might want to sit down for this one. So anyways,
I am Italian, which means that I grew up with Winx. Aww. A lot of you don't know this, but Winx is actually an Italian TV series. It was created by a priest, actually, funnily enough. He's gang rich, now that's sore. Every Italian child has grown up with Winx, and let me tell you, the Netflix reboot, it has killed my soul. Yauchi solanima. I was absolutely obsessed with Winx. I had the Winx wig, I still do.
I don't know where it is.
The Winx sticker book, I had the Winx book with all the cards inside. Oh, I had a Flora outfit. Oh man. I was just obsessed, that's all you gotta know. And it's funny because I was a tomboy and yet I was still obsessed. Which really tells you how great of a show Winx was. It just catered to all, man. It catered to all.
You know what Netflix did? As it does with most shows anyways. So, today we are here to talk about
everything
wrong with the Winx Saga Fate. I took the time to watch the show myself. I have in fact finished it. This video will not contain any spoilers. I am just here to pour my heart out, and you best believe I'm gonna do a great job at that because I am freaking obsessed with Winx. I'll also be talking about who my dream cast would have been, and
I still watch Winx Club to this day. And I'm just feeling sad to put on an episode, and I become even more sad as I remember what Netflix did to it.
so let's get into it, shall we? So first things first, let's talk about the old Winx, shall we? So we've got a beautiful boarding school called Alfea. It's a school for fairies. Now actually what I kind of like what Netflix did is they broke that gender bias that only women can be fairies. So there's 3 schools. Alfea, school for fairies. Monte Rosa, also known as Red Fountain, and school for the specialists. And then the Renuvala, which is Bow Tower in English, which is the school for the witches.
So Bloom is a human girl, right? So she thinks, until one day that she sees Stella outside her room. And Stella is this fairy, and she's fighting these people, and then a whole thing happens. Bloom figures out she's a fairy, she has to go to school at Alfea, then she finds out this entire big secret about her story and whatnot, and it's just...
Immaculate. Now, talk about the Netflix reboot. I don't care what the director had in mind. All I know is that I don't appreciate when classics are butchered. And this, my friend, was butchered. It's not a bad series at all. It's actually quite enjoyable. I will be watching season 2. It's just... it's not Winx. Not. It's not it. It's not the same thing. Let's have a look at the old characters. Got Bloom, Stella, Flora, Aisha, Tecna, Musa. And now let's take a look at the new ones. I'm going to cry. So, a breakdown of the characters. So we have Bloom, right? First issue I have with Bloom. So the plot line where she's a human figuring out that she's a fairy, that entire thing, they just skipped over that. They kind of just jump into this world of fairies already, and they missed some really good like storytelling points, you know? We jumped. Another issue I have. Why is Bloom wearing red? Because she's a redhead doesn't mean she has to wear red. Bloom's primary color was light blue, and it looked really good because her eyes were blue. Feels like they Cheryl Blossomed it, you know what I mean? I feel like this entire series is kind of just trying to be like every dark and gloomy series on Netflix. Like, we don't need another Cheryl Blossom, we need Bloom. Bloom's outgoing, she's optimistic, she's got that light blue persona, and it has such a nice contrast to her red hair, and they just like, yeah, give her red clothes to wear. Even the leather jacket, no, we're not gonna get her a black leather jacket, that's boring. Give her a red one. It's too much, it's too much. Then, they made her so annoying. I can't deal with it. Like, the entire series, she's a bitch. It's just, she's not like her character, you know? There were points where her actual personality popped up. She had so many mood swings, you know? Angry all the time for no reason whatsoever, just by the way. Like, I get it when she was angry about her not knowing her past and people keeping secrets from her, but she was a bitch before she even figured out that people were keeping secrets from her. Her actual personality only started showing at like the end of the 2nd episode, but it was just so random, like, it just happened out of nowhere, and then it was gone after like 3 seconds. You're just not really rooting for her, really. Bloom's a bad bitch. This Bloom, she was not a bad bitch. She's just a bitch. Oh, One thing I did like about Bloom though was the fact that she had a different accent to the rest of the people. Gave that kind of like outsider type of vibe, you know, they're all fairies and they all grew up in that area and whatnot. But she's got that Californian type of thing. I like it. It creates a barrier between the two worlds. The character I had the biggest issue with was Stella. Stella was my second favorite. Bloom was always my favorite. I don't know, it's like I really liked the fact that Stella was annoying but also she was funny. But Stella's just completely different to her original character. I don't see anything that reminds me of Stella. No, just no. This Stella's a bitch! The show is struggling to understand the difference between acting like a bitch and being a bitch. Like, she's genuinely a bitch. There was no reason for the girls to be friends with her. She was so mean. Are you mad? Like, I would not keep her around as a friend. In the original, she was still bitchy. She had bad comments every now and then. But the thing is, they kept her around because she was fun. She was a good time. She was bubbly, fashionista, which leads me to my next point. What the flip was she wearing? Outfits were terrible! The original Stella would be rolling in her grave. Musa. Now, this is where representation comes in, guys. So the original Musa is Asian, Chinese if I'm not mistaken. I probably am, but I don't think I am. So this actress was white. Yeah. They took out diversity completely. They literally threw one black character and they were like, alright, that's enough diversity for today. No, sorry, that's not how it works. First of all, it's not her race. Second of all, that's not her hair color. Come on, seriously, man. Give Musa her classic blue hair. And then, she's not a musical fairy. Literally everyone loved Musa because she was the musical one. She doesn't have anything to do with music. She's got her headphones, but that's just to block out other people because she can read people's mind. Which, by the way, mind as a power? Yeah? I mean, it's cool, I guess. You could have made her a mind fairy and a musical fairy. Like, combine the two, say that her having musical ability gives her an excellent mind. I don't know. Just don't take away the thing that makes Musa who she is. I can't. Tekna! Okay, now Flora is the one that most people were mad about. I have all the right to be, because Flora is everyone's favorite. So we start off with a first look at Flora. Her name's Terra now. Flora's not there. It's Terra. I mean, I get it. Terra means earth. Yeah, I don't get it. Why'd you change it? So they say that her cousin is Flora, which means that Terra isn't even Flora. It's her cousin. Where's Flora? We don't care about Terra. Now, not only did they take out Flora, but here's what confused me really. If Terra means Earth, shouldn't she control Earth? Why does she have Flora's powers? Why is she controlling vines and flowers and plants and shit? Like, you changed the character, but you kept the power. I'm just so confused as to what your angle was with that, Netflix. The biggest issue was that she also has the wrong race. Flora is originally Latina. This actress was white. I think we're seeing a common theme here, Netflix. Her personality, not like Flora's at all. They just picked on her all the time. What was the point of adding a plus-size character just for her to be picked on? Representation is important, and if you give a poor image of representation, then that's what you're feeding into people's heads. It's like if you constantly show the gay character as the one who's picked on. People like to absorb the wrong message. Fix yourself. So I didn't mind Terra, she was cute, but nobody, I mean nobody, wanted Terra instead of Flora. I just hope that Netflix takes a hint and they let Flora come in. I like the fact that Terra didn't completely replace Flora, because that gives the opportunity for Flora to actually show up in season 2. Speaking of people showing up in season 2, Aisha. The original Aisha is not in season 1, she's in season 2. She's got that whole storyline with the pixies and that demon guy who was like trying to keep her under control. But no, that entire thing is skipped. Aisha being going strong, she's apparently friends with all the staff, she's a teacher's pet. I mean, I like that they changed her power to water because, if I'm being honest, yeah, Morphix was her power. It always kind of confused me, like, what is that? But then again, that would have been a great opportunity for the show to actually explain what Morphix is. They could have done something cool with that, but no. It's just not happening, eh? So she seems like the smarter one in the friend group, and you're kind of like, okay, she's cool. But she's a snitch! Ay, Dios mío, Lord have mercy, I can't. She's a snitch and she's a teacher's pet. Why is she Bloom's best friend? Because they're roommates? That just doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, the characters just barely resemble the original characters. Now that we've spoken about the characters, let's talk about the character relationships. The Bloom and Stella best friendship dynamic? Non-existent. It's just not there. They took it out completely. Bloom just tolerates Stella and Stella just hates Bloom. And why does Stella hate Bloom? Because Stella's with Sky. Get me out of here. I need air. In general, there's just tension between the girls. Like, you can't really tell why they're friends. It literally just feels like they're friends because they're roommates. It's a forced friendship. What everyone loves about Winx is just the girl power, you know? The friendship, the love, the happiness, all the joy, you know? All that stuff, the bright colors. Yeah, no, these classic friendships just turned into teen drama completely. Also, why does everyone treat Terra so badly? Like, yeah, so what? She keeps a lot of plants. Last time I checked, this generation, everyone loves plants. They're like the hippiest generation since the 70s. Now let's get on to the story. So I guess the main point that I'm trying to make in this video is that the original story is just completely ignored. Everything's just different. Aisha's in season 1. Trix? The witches? They're all just one person. Beatrix. And she's not even a witch. There's no school for the witches. Which, by the way, what happened to the 3 schools? There's no school for witches. And the specialists and the fairies are at the same school, which makes no sense to me because they learn completely different things. Making it one school a budget thing was it a money issue? Was it a location issue? Was it a time issue? Or was it just laziness? Yeah. By the way, where were the rest of the specialists? Literally just Sky and Ruben. Am I missing something? Where's Brandon? Where's Timmy? Now, another big issue. The color scheme. None of the girls were wearing their actual colors. Blue. Baby blue. Stella wears orange and yellows. Aisha wears purples and greens. Flora wears literally anything pastel. Like very greeny type of light pinkish shades. Usa wears dark pinks and blues. And Tekna... yeah, Tekna's not here. Why? And their outfits. I want to know who the costume designer is because I'm deeply disappointed, man. This man. Honestly, I don't even feel like it's her fault though. I feel like Netflix was like, make it gloomy. Now, why is it so dark and gloomy? I'm so tired. Netflix were tired. 2020 was crap. It was crap. We do not want gloomy. We want happy. Okay? And Winx was happy. There are just certain things that we can't compromise with, and that is making Winx gloomy, because Winx is literally the complete opposite of that. You can take Archie and you can run it through the ground. Don't do that to Winx. Too much people care about this fandom. Do you not understand? Iconic. You can't take something so iconic and just decide to change everything. It's like making a sequel to Mean Girls. Bad idea. So they made a new thing, right? That was that the fairies needed to focus on their primary element. Mine is not an element. Who lied to you? It just don't make sense to me. Why'd they do that anyways? What is this? Avatar? So another thing I noticed is there weren't enough magic references. Like, if you look at the original Winx, they had like a city area and there were like hovering cars and stuff. And when Bloom was talking about things that they did in the human world, the fairies were always confused and whatnot. It created that outsider vibes. But this is just a very human environment. They're getting high, they're having normal parties, everything's just too human. It seems like the only thing that they have related to magic is the fact that they have powers and that there's fucking burnt ones running around in the forest. Oh, this was just a tiny detail that I noticed, but there wasn't once a moment where they decided on the name Winx. Like, the name Winx just came out of nowhere. They didn't even say it once. They were just on a group chat called Winx. It was just confusing to me. So this was just a thing that annoyed me a bit. They could have used the original soundtracks. They could have made it like modern, you know? Made it a bit gloomy if that's what they were going for. But no, they just took random pop songs, which didn't work, man. But yeah, so what my question to Netflix is, what was the point of buying the rights to Winx? What was the point of calling it Winx? Was it so you could reel more people in? It worked. Clever thinking. But you just made a lot of people pissed off, man. It just feels like it's like you didn't even watch the show. Disappointment. Let's talk about who I would cast for this show. So, for Bloom, we have the lovely Daniela Rose Russell. Where do I know her from? I know her from Legacies, where she plays the main character, Hope Michelson, the daughter of Klaus from the originals. It's got the Bloom factor. She's got the friendly, quirky type of character that Bloom is, but she's also got that badass vibe to it, and she just radiates main character vibes, and that's what Bloom needs to be. She's perfect for the role, to be honest. For Stella, I said Ashley Benson. You may know her from Pretty Little Liars, where she played Hannah. I see how she could play Stella. Like, she's got that good mixture of bitch, but also quirky and funny. Got that light feel to her that Stella has, while also being able to tell you that your outfit sucks. Oh, and she's also she's gorgeous, man. For Aisha, I said China McClain. Yeah, I love China. Aisha was a dancer, right? China's got it all. China could play any character well, to be honest. You might know her from Ant Farm or Grown Ups. Wherever you know her from, she's in a bunch of things. I don't really have much to say about China. She's perfect. For Tekna was a tricky one. I couldn't really think of anything. I guess basically anyone who can act well-spoken and intelligent could play her. So I said Emma Watson. I'm not very sure about this casting. Kaylee Bryant also, she's in Legacies as well. You know what? The cast of Legacies is just talented. Cast them all. Cast them all. Don't hate them because they're talented. For Musa, I said Fievel Stew. She also has a beautiful voice. If Maybe I could settle down. She's got that cool, like, closed-off vibe that Musa always gave, but then she's also very much a softie. I know her from Atypical. I think the way that she played Izzy is actually very similar to the way I saw Musa in Winx. For Flora, I struggled with Flora, man. I struggled so hard. I can't cast anyone as Flora. Flora's literally perfect. Like, I see someone with Sophia Carson's type of personality. Very soft and delicate and vibrant and sweet. But then I see her in a more curvy type of body, darker skinned type of Latina. And honestly, I just can't even like think of anyone who fits that role, so you know. And yeah, that's the girls. Now, the tricks, I would definitely bring the tricks back. For Icy, I see Cara Delevingne. She's got the look. Now, I haven't seen Cara as a villain, but I think it could work. I'd like to see her try. I like the way she looks for the role, but I'm not too sure about that one either. Yeah, Stormy, I feel like anyone could play Stormy, because she wasn't really that important in Winx Club, you know. She didn't really have that much of a personality besides just always being angry. So I feel like anyone could play Stormy. Now, I'd like to see Alicia Debnam Carey, because she's just pretty and I want her to be in the series. Or just get someone like Amanda Stenberg to play her. She's got beautiful curls, and if you remember, Stormy's character had massive curls. And then this one, I'm sure about it. The perfect person to play Darcy is definitely Elizabeth Gillies. You might know her as Jade from Victorious. Or you might know her from Dynasty. She's perfect for the role. She's got that like bitch aggression type of, but also cool and calm and collected and just vindictive. And she just looks like the character too. She's perfect. Now on to the boys. Guy, I don't have a problem with Sky. He can keep his acting. You a low-key fan though. I would bring back Brandon, and I would cast someone like Pretty Boy for Brandon, you know? Like David Cornsweet. You might know him from The Politician, or you might know him from Hollywood. Or Tyler Posey. He's pretty. You might know him from Teen Wolf. And then, to me, I thought hard about this one. Ben Platt. He's just adorable. I think he would bring out the goofy side of Timmy so well. And then Riven. The casting for Riven wasn't bad at all. I just would change it because that's just the way I am. I don't really know how to pronounce his name. I think it's Dacra Montgomery. He played Lee in Stranger Things. Or someone like Thomas Doherty. You know, he's just got that like bad boy type of look, you know. That's it for my casting. Now, would I recommend this series? Yeah, I definitely think you should take it a watch. I think it's a good series. Why'd they do Winx like that? Like, why'd you have to mess up the entire storyline? I just don't understand. And why'd you have to mess up the characters? They should have just made it their own franchise, but I think they were after money. And yeah, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Mention anything that I forgot to mention in the comment section below. Go on a rant. If we're gonna bully the producers into changing it like they did with Sonic, I am cool with that. If you're new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And oh yeah, tell me if you want to see more videos like this, because I did enjoy this. It was a lot of work, but I enjoyed it. And I will see you next week, filthy animals. Bye.